Thank you for tuning in to our session on empowering every voice with Flipgrid. Today's presenters will be Jenna Dawson and Holly Holland. Both Jenna and Holly work on the same team in Hillsborough County, Florida, which is in Tampa, and they work on the district professional development team, specifically providing technology training to teachers. Additionally, both Jenna and Holly are NCCE professional learning specialists and MIE experts. We hope that you enjoy today's presentation. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this session on empowering every voice with Flipgrid. Throughout today's session, we will discuss the benefits of Flipgrid, common Flipgrid lingo. We will demonstrate how to create your own groups and topics. We'll give you an opportunity to experience Flipgrid as a student. We'll also explore how you can search through the discovery. We'll explore some additional Flipgrid features and share some new innovative ideas on how Flipgrid could be used.
So, what is Flipgrid? Well, Flipgrid is a free social learning platform for educators, learners, and families to engage, empower, and connect via short recorded video. It's a simple, free, and accessible video discussion experience that students from pre-K all the way to PhD, educators, learners, and families can enjoy. Simply just create a group or topic and engage your classroom, schools, and families together.
Let's take a moment to explore some of the benefits of Flipgrid. When using Flipgrid, the group environment promotes metacognition. Flipgrid is a great platform that incorporates speaking and listening standards. Students benefit from other students' perspectives. Video responses in Flipgrid often promote further discussions, whether it's through text or video comments. It is super easy to set up. It works for every subject area. It uses videos as an educational tool. Flipgrid also allows you to hear from every student. And most importantly, it meets students where they are.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with Flipgrid. We're going to create our accounts if you haven't already, and then get into some of that Flipgrid lingo. If you have not created your Flipgrid account, you can get a free educator account simply by going to flipgrid.com. The address is right up at the top left. Once you go to flipgrid.com, you will select that blue icon that says Educator Sign Up. Once you select it, it will prompt you to go ahead and create your account by logging in with either your Google or your Microsoft account. So when you get there, you'll select whichever one you have, and then it'll ask you some little questions, little things about you. So go ahead and fill out, where are you from? Where's your location? What school organization you're with, as well as your grade that you for your learning community, and then any subjects or experience. Flipgrid just wants to know a little bit about you as you begin your journey on amplifying your student's voice. And once you have gone to flipgrid.com, signed in, completed a few information about yourself, congratulations! You are one step closer to amplifying your student's voice. Let's go ahead and explore the Flipgrid lingo. We're going to start with discussion, and this is the place where you would go as an educator to start a discussion and manage your groups and your topics, and where you can view and provide feedback to your students' responses and replies. I like to call the discussion kind of like the little dashboard for your groups and topics. Inside the discussion, you'll notice that there's going to be two tabs, a group tab and a topics tab. The first one we'll talk about is groups. This is formerly what was called grids. Groups allow you to organize and share multiple topics within a community of learners. You can name your group, like, it could be the name of your class, like Mrs. Holland's fourth grade, or it could be something specific, like, book clubs, or, just name your group. And my favorite part about groups is you get to create a custom flip code. You can either use one that's auto-generated, it'll be a bunch of letters and maybe some numbers, but with the group, you can actually make it unique flip code, which will allow it to be really easy for students to access. So we'll explore what that looks like a little bit later. Now, the topics is another great vocabulary word with this, where topics are your discussion starters or your prompts. The topics is what the student's going to respond to. So going back to groups, groups is going to hold a bunch of topics, or you could just have just a topic on its own. So a topic kind of to me makes me think of, it's like a piece of paper. You got the piece of paper, it's standalone, it can be on its own, or you could put a bunch of pieces of paper in a binder, which would be the groups. Put it in a group, and then it could hold all those topics within one group. So as we go through, continue thinking about these Flipgrid lingo. It'll start making a lot more sense, but hopefully you're starting to learn a little bit more about groups and topics. So the next is responses. Now this is where the students' videos that they record or they can upload to a topic, it's called the response. So the students' response video. That's how they share their voice. And then students, if you have it where they can reply to each other using replies. So when it's activated, replies can take that discussion one step further by allowing users to add a response, or like we said, reply to a response from another student that was already added to the topic. Now inside Flipgrid, it has its very own built-in camera. So it's already built into the app or on the web. And so that camera, they love to say that they are like the most powerful camera on the internet. And you will see it is really cool. So we'll be checking out the camera or the recorder a little bit later. And then another favorite part of Flipgrid is Shorts. So Shorts is the camera application that's built into the Flipgrid, but teachers don't have to only always record a response like a reply or response. They actually get to use this actual video camera inside Flipgrid to record these short videos, and make it easy for students to see or access. So the Shorts camera is really great, and we'll be taking a look at that a little bit later too. So now we're going to get into a little demo mode and getting into our Flipgrid account. So we're going to start by creating a group, and then we're going to talk about how you can customize your group. Remember how you can definitely customize that flip code inside a group, that little flip code. So then once we get our group, we'll start adding some topics. We'll talk about the essentials inside a topic, and then some of those more options that you have with topics. So let's go ahead and get going. Here you can see I am logged into my Flipgrid account. It has prompted me and brought me to my discussions tab, which is again where I have my groups tab as well as my topics tab. So I can toggle back and forth. I can create a group, or I can click on topics and I can create just a topic, a single topic. But let's start with groups, and then we'll put topics inside that. So as I toggle on the groups topic, you can see I actually have 15 groups that I already have created. And inside here, you can see how many responses each of them have, when was their last updated, and then we'll talk about how you inside here you definitely have a bunch of different options you can click to share. Actions has some things you can work on, and then of course editing the group. But that's as you start building in some groups. But let's go ahead and just select create a group. So when I select create a group, it's going to ask me some details, as you can see. So I can name the group. So here I got my group, And then here is that customized join code. So right now it says Holland 1674 and that's available. But if I click it off and I go NCCE, oh, notice flipgrid.com, not available with just NCCE. What if I said 2021? Oh, still not available. So let me go conference. This might be too long. Ooh, Flipgrid NCCE conference. That's available. So now that will be my custom join code. If I was just going to share the code with my students, I would be able to just share that with them, or I could do the link too. But remember, you could only customize this inside groups, not topics. So that's why we're starting in groups. I love that customized part. So as we scroll down, what the next part is permissions. So depending on how you want to set it up, you can. This is how your students or whoever is going to be posting to yours or accessing your group. You have student email, student username, Google Classroom, or public. Definitely click in on this little link to find out more about the permissions with the student email and student username. And I believe these are going to make the students or whoever's using it, they're going to have to identify themselves before they can even see the group, before they can even see anything. So definitely check those out. And then inside a student email, you have to add in a domain, or you could get some templates. I like using the CSV file and uploading it, but definitely think about what your domain is and try it out before actually sending it to students. But student username, you can create your own usernames for students. Some teachers like to use, student numbers or the class number that they have, 1 through 24 inside their class. Set that up easy that way. Google Classroom, if you have that, go ahead and sign in with that. And then there's, of course, the public. This public one is where the students will, or, whoever the community is that is accessing this group, they won't have to log in. They'll just immediately, bam, they'll be able to see the group immediately. Now, if they wanted to record on that, then they'd have to identify themselves and sign in. But I just wanted to go through these real quick about with these two and these, students have to identify themselves before they can even see and access the group. Public, they can access it right away, but then they'll have to identify themselves later. Flipgrid does recommend not using public just for the classroom use, having students identify themselves but you do have all of those permission options. And then here it's giving that little code, but you can allow features. You can allow students to be able to receive emails and notifications. If there's ever a new topic, you could toggle that on. And then group status, you can actually have it active where they can see it. Or if you're working on a group and you're just not ready for it to be known, you can hide it and always just activate it later. You see how easy it is. Boop, boop. But I'm going to keep it active for now. And then I'm going to personalize. This is the little background area. So right now, this is the background of the group. You have a few different options here. You have featured, nature. So thinking about, maybe, ooh, I could do like a little sea thing. Nice. People, textures. But I'm thinking of our NCCE. Ooh, I like that. I could definitely even add a little global one there. But if I was going to do this, I could also click and just upload my own image here for a customized background. Let's just see what this looks like as is. So just going through the details, permissions, features, personalize. I'm going to create this group by selecting the blue icon at the bottom. It's creating and hey, it says it's ready. So I can share this by this link easily right there. Also, love how Flipgrid will always share a QR code with groups, topics, responses, replies. Everything always has a link and a QR code connected to it. So you could download this and share this, post this in your classroom, post it on inside your LMS. You make it easy, however you want. It's just great. It gives you another option. There are also, you can upload it and share it to teams and other ways as well. So, but I'm not ready to share it just yet because I need to add another, I want to add a topic to this group. So I'm just going to select the little X And if I wanted to get that share link again, I could just click share and it pops up right here. See that? Share. Or there's that join code. Now, with Flipgrid, it will always give you a little hello, I am. It's like a little intro topic. Flipgrid just tries to make it a little easy for you so that you already have one created. You could definitely select on this topic inside this group. So notice we're inside our group. I could select on this topic and it brings me into the topic. Now, if you're kind of like, whoa, where are you? Think about this. We started in our discussion. We created a new group, and this is our new group. So this is our little breadcrumbs. This is our group, and inside the group, now I'm inside the topic. Hear those Flipgrid lingo? Oh yeah. So it says hello, and it just, kind of talks about like, hello, what's your name? If I wanted to use this, I could definitely keep it there. If I wanted to edit it, I could come in here and maybe add a different type of question I want for them to do. I could definitely come in and edit it, and so now I'm in edit mode. I can scroll down. Maybe I want to say, how do you pronounce your name? What is something we should know about you? What is your favorite subject? There we go. You can add the little emoji there too if you'd like. And then I could continue changing out things, but just click update. So there, I have my topic. All right, so that topic was inside that group. All right, so I'm going to go back to that group real quick and just say, you know what, maybe I don't want this one to be here. I'm actually just going to click active and I'm going to hide it. So I can, just like the group, I could have had it active or hidden. I don't want this hello one, I want a different one, so I'm actually just going to keep it hidden. I also could come over to actions, check out all those options. Hey, I could just delete this topic too because I'm not going to use it, but you know what? I might later, so I'm just going to keep it hidden. So anybody that accesses this grid or this group, they won't see this even though as the teacher I see it. I have it hidden.
Now that Holly's showed you how to create a group, we're next going to talk about how to create topics inside of that group. So I'm going to go into my group that I created. Over here on the right side, there's a blue button that says Create a Topic. Here, I'm going to give my topic a name. I'm going to paste in my prompt or my discussion. You can also choose a media resource to add and engage your students. So you can upload your own videos, you can upload an image, you can add a GIF or emoji, you can connect to Microsoft or Google, use Bitmoji, Kahoot, Wakelet, Nearpod, News ELA, Adobe Spark, Wonderopolis, and Buncee. I'm going to go ahead and choose Upload an Image that I have saved to my device. So find that image you have saved to your device. Crop your image if necessary. And then as you continue to scroll down on the page, you'll see some different permissions and essentials you want to review. This topic moderation is a big one. This allows you to approve students' posts before it goes live to all of the other students. You can also choose the recording time. So it goes all the way from 15 seconds down to 10 minutes. You also can adjust the permission on allowing students to comment and respond to other students. And you can use video or text comments as well. You can use all or just one of the options, or you can turn it off completely. And then you can adjust the language for closed captioning. If you want more options, there's this button in the bottom left-hand corner that allows you to add some links as attachments. You can adjust the topic status. Holly talked about how she made that one hidden. You can do it from here, or you can schedule when it will be active or frozen. You can adjust notifications if you want to be informed when videos or comments are submitted. And then there's some additional video features down here as well that you would want to explore. And then once you're done, you can hit Create Topic. Here is where you would get that join code or that share link to send right to those students for this particular topic. You can also use these additional ways to share also.
Let's dive into responding to a Flipgrid topic. Amplify your students' creativity with the Flipgrid camera. So they could tell a story by creating, trimming, or rearranging unlimited video clips. You can also upload videos from your device and then record an introduction video or a summary to add even more context. So you really just being able to add video, rearrange them, it makes it so easy, and the students love having power over how their video turns out. Another great feature with the Flipgrid camera is that there is a whiteboard mode with live inking. So the students can turn their board into the entire whiteboard screen, or they can have their face or a part still showing. So they get to control that whiteboard. And then also adding photos from your camera roll or emojis and those new fun stickers that Flipgrid have just released. They can add those as well to their videos. And applying those video filters, oh yes, check them out, like a warm, a cool, super warm, the black and white, Old Town. Oh, there are so many great filters that really, allow students to think, what's my video going to be about? And is there anything that I could use? Maybe a picture frame, because I'm talking about ocean, and then they could add the frame of the ocean. But let's check out this Flipgrid camera because it's amazing, and I know you're going to love it too. A great example is idioms with Wonderopolis. Go ahead and head to flipgrid.com, and then where it says enter your flip code, add in the code that you see on the screen. You'll have the opportunity to read a Wonderopolis article, and then use the camera to share your favorite idiom, either from the text or, one that that you've always loved, and explain its meaning. Be sure to discuss why you think idioms are useful in writing.
Flipgrid's able to bring the power of Microsoft's immersive reader tool into the topics of every grid. To utilize Immersive Reader inside of a Flipgrid topic, you can find this Flipgrid or this Immersive Reader icon next to the topic title of that Flipgrid topic. So I'm going to choose that Immersive Reader icon, and it's going to transition the text from Flipgrid into the Immersive Reader platform. Then I have a few different options. Down here at the bottom, I can choose play and have the text read aloud to students.
What's in your bag? If you had to put 5 items in a bag that best showcased who you are, what would they be?
Students can also utilize the voice settings to increase or decrease the speed, and then also choose if they want a male or female voice to read aloud. Next, if you look in the top right-hand corner, there are 3 icons with different functions and features of Immersive Reader. So first I'm going to choose the Text Preferences option. Here's where you can increase or decrease the text size. You can increase or decrease the spacing between words and letters. You can also choose fonts and color themes to make it a little easier to read. Next, you have grammar preferences, which is where this little wand is up in the middle. This allows students to toggle on syllables if they're trying to pronounce words that are unfamiliar to them. They can also choose to toggle on and highlight different parts of speech. You can adjust those colors here as well if you would like. And then finally, the book is the reading preferences. This allows students to select line focus that will help to minimize distractions as they are either reading themselves or having it read aloud to them. The picture dictionary is kind of like a virtual word wall, if you will. You can select on specific words in the text and it will show a picture of what that word represents. This is great for struggling readers or even those ELL learners as well. And then finally, you can translate the text into a different language. So let's say that I want to translate it into French. You can choose by word or by the entire document. So I'm going to choose entire document. My text is translated, and then the students can even utilize the read aloud features as well.
Qu'y a-t-il dans ton sac? Si vous deviez à mettre 5 articles dans un sac qui a le mieux présenté qui vous êtes, quels seraient-ils?
When searching in the discovery area of Flipgrid, there are over 35,000 inspiring educator-created topics that are ready to use for you. You can also explore the list of trending topics with the most engagement and usage from classrooms around the world. You can add topics to your favorite playlist. You can also explore the discovery playlist from the different partners. So you have partners like Wonderopolis, MSN Kids, Nearpod, Microsoft, Vocabulary. In Flipgrid, to the right of the Discussions tab at the top, we have this option for Discovery. This allows you to just search that Discovery library for any topics that you may be looking for. So right up here you have the option to search. You can see some different options that are featured, topics for you, Wonder of the Day that's connected to Wonderopolis. There's a topic of the day. You continue to scroll down. You can browse specific subjects. You can look at trending topics and partners that they have, and featured collections. This month, for example, is March. We're talking about Women's History Month, so if you wanted to view a entire collaboration of different Flipgrids that are centered around celebrating women's history, this is a great option for you. You can share the individual topics or you can share the individual group as a whole. So going back into that discovery, again, you can choose things that are already created. And then you can even narrow those down more by selecting a subject, a community, and then you can even change what you typed in that search bar originally. So let's say that you found an activity that you liked. You're going to select it, you can view it, and then if you like it, you can even add it to your topic. Once you add it to your topic, you can add it as an individual topic or to a group that you've already chosen or created. So here it'll show you from the drop down a list of all of your ones created. You can choose that specific group, choose next, and then you can choose to go to your topics and edit that particular one. So let's say you liked some of it, you can come in here And just like Holly mentioned earlier in this session, you can edit the topic. You can add additional pieces as well. And then update that topic to then share with your students. Let's take a moment and explore how you can collaborate with Flipgrid.
GridPals is a great way for Flipgrid educators and classrooms to connect around the world. You could be a kindergarten class in Iowa and connect with a kindergarten class in India. You could have, 3 educators in Florida connect with some classes in South Dakota. So a high school teacher, English teacher in New York could connect with a middle school science class in Ohio. Basically, educators have thousands of connections using Flipgrid to increase that social learning, global empathy, and cultural understanding. So let's check out GridPals and see how easy it is to get activated and be able to go ahead and see if you can find a GridPal for your little learners. First thing you'll do is make sure that you are on the GridPals tab, and then if it's hidden, go ahead and select the active icon if you want educators to be able to contact you through your email that you provide. Once you're active, you can search through and, by community, by subjects, or you can search by GridPals. But here you could just see, all those educators that would love to connect with you, whether it's in the United States, or we can slide over to a different country and find more. So zoom on in, it'll, bring up a name, you'll be able to contact them with their information and begin creating, a group or a topic and have your students be able to share their voices with each other. Super quick, super easy, and I love how Flipgrid allows for this safe place for students to connect globally. For more information on GridPals, go ahead and check out that bit.ly link, and you'll be able to see this little document by Bonnie, who was one of the creators of GridPals, and you could read all about what are GridPals, and then it will definitely take you through, let me zoom out a little bit, the passport path, and it breaks down every little part of it, logging in, clicking on, and going through. So be sure to check out that bit.ly link. As educators, we love collaborating with, our teaching partner or our administration, or maybe that grid pal that you connect with somewhere around the world. Co-pilots is the best way for you to work with others um, by simply allowing and inviting others to co-manage that group with you. Co-pilots, when they accept their invitation as a co-pilot for your group, will essentially have the same rights as you do as the group creator, except they can't delete the group or add any other co-pilots. So co-pilots is a great way to collaborate with others and allowing, other educators that you're working with have eyes on that, can see the student responses, they can reply, they can organize and do whatever they need to do to help with the group. Inviting in someone to be a co-pilot is super simple. Just start inside one of your groups that you want to invite someone. You'll notice that little plane up at the top right. You can see it says add a co-pilot. Click the co-pilot link. It'll pop out a little box for you to just type out their email. Whoever you invite as a co-pilot will also need to make sure that they have a Flipgrid account. But then click invite, and once it goes through, you'll see it little their name at the bottom, and it might say pending invite. When you invite someone, it's actually going to be it'll send them an email as well as a notification inside their Flipgrid account. So once they click accept, that pending invite will go away, and then their name will just be there listed as a co-pilot. Co-pilots are such a great way to allow for others to be able to, maybe grade those assignments or provide feedback. And we actually used it. Co-pilots worked great for us when we were doing our district STEM Fair project or STEM Fair for our district, and having all the science leaders, and that I was there to be able to help and provide support to make sure that the settings were correct. We had the correct domain names for the students, the student IDs. So it was just great that we all could be in this one space, and be able to have our hands in it, while the students were able to simply just add their responses, and it was really great. So Copilots, definitely check that out. And my last little note about it is, remember, you could do it in groups, not topics. So make sure, if you want a co-pilot to join you, go ahead and create that group and invite them. Mixtapes is one of those tabs at the top inside your Flipgrid account. And Mixtapes really allows you to showcase student videos from across any group or any topic. And they like to say, like, easily share mic drop moments with everyone. And so with mixtapes, it takes it away from the group and topic feel where, they were individual and you can have responses. This really just allows you to pick whatever you want to go on your mixtape, which is really just a video response from any of those areas. It makes it its own little collection. And you can put them in any order you want them to play. You can make it where they're view only, and they can be shared through a link or a QR code. And really just, it allows your community to create these mixtapes, and be able to highlight. Maybe it's a student portfolio, and every student in your class has a mixtape, and you could just easily click the actions and move it to the mixtape, move it to their mixtape, move it to their mixtape. It could be semester highlights or a project showcase. Maybe it's poetry month, and you're going to make, right now they're all in a topic, but you can move them into a mixtape where then it would just play it like it's like a little highlight reel, um, and great for you to share with your stakeholders. So a lot of great, really cool things you can do with mixtapes. It takes like I said, it takes it away from just a topic or a group, but makes it into just like a nice little video playback of all the highlights of, from anywhere you want inside your Flipgrid. So I would definitely check out mixtapes to see maybe read alouds, family night memories, talent show remixes. Hey, so if you could think it, you can mixtape it. So go ahead, be sure to check that out. Now, guest mode allows you to share a single topic with families, experts, or, anyone in your community. It allows for only that specific topic to be shared. Um, the guests that are joining to view that topic will not have access to the entire group or any group that the topic's connected to. They'll only have access to that specific topic. So it really is just a great place to allow your stakeholders or your community members to be able to view that topic with a little guest mode password. And so you can easily toggle it on inside your topic. You can also make it where you can make it where they can only view the topic and see the students sharing the information or their responses. Or you can make it where they can view and record. They can have that view record access to the topic. So you get to decide on how you would like it for your guest mode. Just know that if they are going to be recording, it will ask that participant, that guest, to include their name or their email. But really, guest mode is great to allow those students to be able to share their voice, what they're working on, maybe for family nights, for conferences. And it's really where you want the attendees to, be able to view or participate in a Flipgrid, even though might not be in your school or your learning area. So check it out. You can also print out QR codes and share that guest code, and you can definitely revoke that access anytime. Just know that you can always provide guest mode for a week or a few days, and then you can toggle it back off inside your Flipgrid account as the teacher, and you could revoke that as well. So you have control, but invite those guests and let them see the amazingness that's happening in your class with guest mode.
Next, we will showcase 2 new Flipgrid updates. In February of this year, Microsoft's design team released some new stickers that are now inside the Flipgrid camera. On the next slide, we'll show a quick video on how Bitmojis have now been integrated into Flipgrid as of March 2021. Moving on to the next section, we will showcase some innovative Flipgrid ideas that can be used with students in your classrooms.
Let's talk about this really cool innovative idea, which is a flip hunt. Flip Hunt is a digital scavenger hunt that can take place on Flipgrid. You can create tasks to engage your students and challenge them to show what they know with a video response. With Flip Hunt, it does provide a great, easy way for you to differentiate for all your content areas and learning goals. It provides that creative, fun, engaging learning experience and really allows you to tailor your tasks or challenges to meet your students' needs. It allows them to be able to move and go and find and share their opportunities and learning opportunities in a creative way. So, using Flip Hunt for inquiry or formative assessments is really a great innovative way. What's awesome about Flip Hunt is inside the Discovery Library, there's already some Flip Hunts created. So I would highly suggest you head on into the Discovery Library, type out Flip Hunt, and go ahead and check out some of the really great ones. Some ones that I know my students really loved was the 3D hunt. There was a hunt about different, learning Spanish and finding words and then being able to, or finding something and then being able to identify it and share it. And so the teacher was able to keep track and there was like a little winner. So, but the students all had a great fun time as they were flipping out with a little flip hunt. Here's a little example of a quadrilateral flip hunt. So this was one that was found inside the Discovery Library. And so for each item that they find, they post a video showing their item and explaining how they know that they are correct. So you can see a set of parallel lines, perpendicular lines, polygons, all the way down to where red is the most difficult ones to get. And so they would find an angle between 45 and 55 degrees. So showing that differentiation, allowing the students to have choice, and each item has that point value. So they could write down how many points, how many items they're each worth, explain that. And really just posting that one final video for your team and sharing. And again, this was from Discovery Library. So I could use it as is, or I could change the verbiage. And that's what's so great about the Discovery Library. You can always tailor it to what your student specific needs are. So feel free to go ahead and write that down. Check that quadrilateral flip hunt out and just see how easy it is to engage your learners with a flip hunt. You want to do it right now, don't you? We're going to put a pin in the flip hunt and let's talk another really great innovative idea. Book clubs with Flipgrid. Book clubs with Flipgrid really is a dream come true. Thinking on how you could organize this easily and be able to manage it in a digital space. You create or find a book club inside the Discovery Library that you like, and then using the duplicate that topic or duplicate that group, you can easily create multiple groups, book clubs, with just a simple click. Thinking of, you got the group for the book, and then you could have, the different topics. There's the first chapter, second chapter. Maybe you want to go into some specific standard analysis and go through. Remember, with Flipgrid, you can have the topics hidden or they could be active. So maybe you have all the topics there and you're going to slowly release them to them each week. However you want to organize it, but creating this space for your students, it allows them to use those short videos as a discussion tool. You and all the students are going to hear from everyone in their group, which is, we know as educators, is sometimes difficult, but now everyone will be able to be heard. You're going to be incorporating those speaking and listening standards and really allowing the students to collaborate in that group or that topic. They're able to see the students' responses, hear their perspectives, and then allowing time for them to also respond to each other. That's going to further that discussion by replying to each other, hearing, and agreeing or adding on to what they share. So book clubs is definitely something, a thought. If that's something that might shout out to you, check that out. There's some that are in the Discovery Library as well as we got one here for you to check out in just a second. Let's check that, our book club out. So with this Flipgrid book club, it's just an example of where the student could read a chapter of a book and then share some of their thoughts and connections made while they were reading. And be sure to include quotes, evidence from the text, and once they have responded, to be sure to respond and reply to at least one other classmate using, I would definitely, they are recommended to share, use stickers, the filters, something to show and add to that connection or their thought as they were reading. So feel free to jot that down and be able to take a quick little look at that a little bit later and be able to see an example of a book club. But definitely check it out.
On the next slide, we will share with you a QR code and a link to access a Wakelet with all of the Flipgrid resources. Here you can scan the QR code, you can enter the link, but make sure you understand it is case sensitive, so you will need to use capitals when necessary. And we've also included this link in the resources section, so if you watch this during the on-demand, you will have that link as well. So I'll pause here for just a minute so you can grab that link, and we'll also stick it in the chat. Thank you so much for attending our session on empowering student voice using Flipgrid. We hope that you have enjoyed our session and enjoyed the entire NCCE 2021 conference. Have a great rest of your day.